Okay, now the backdrop of the market condition, same thing. Let me just give you an update what happened. So when last month, if you could recall, we're April, so it was peak. So I did mention that, hey, it's actually a bit higher. So true enough, you can see that the market is sort of very toppish coming down. Actually coming down. Looks like market is over its peak. Okay, over its peak. So of course, the next question is, is it going downwards or is it going upwards? I'll share with you my opinion. Maybe before I share my opinion, it's actually good to do a poll because I realized after I share my opinion, I influence you. Okay, so do me this favor. Okay, if you think that, okay, of course, now we actually had a downtrend since April, since we last met. Okay, sorry, we last met about March, this period. Since we last met, the market sort of came down, as you can see here. If you think that it will continue to go down, do you mind just help me type a 1? If you think that no, it will rebound back, okay, go up, help me type a 2. Okay, 1 for going down, 2 for going up. Wow, Lei Hun is very bullish. Thank you so much, David. Wow, quite interesting. It's almost half. Thank you so much. Okay, good. So great. I'll just share with you my opinion. Of course, my opinion may or may not be correct. I'll stay sideways. That's always the best answer. Can never get wrong. Okay, just joking. So I'll just share with you my opinion. No right or wrong. Okay, end of the day, okay, the thing here is we are not here to group thing. So will be good. We could have some discussions. Then after that, we just take away information we have and we make our own decision. Okay, I am no different from you. I have same access to resources. Not that I actually use more in-depth resources, or either that I have a direct line with Warren Buffett. No. So basically, what I did here is just pull out the information. I share my opinion, and it's for you to actually make yours as well. Okay, now so number one, there's actually this thing called sell in May and go away. So there are actually some statistics to sort of justify this statement. So basically, this is what happened here. If you actually read this part in detail, S&P 500 index gained on average about 2% from May to October since 1990, compared with average of approximately 7% from November to April. So there are actually some statistics to back up this statement. And of course, as you also understand, so the stock market is also not just supported by fundamental analysts, which is us, people who actually use fundamental. There's actually enough people who actually use technical analysis, or traders in the market. So apparently traders actually do pay attention to all this, whatever you call it. I'm sure not sure what you call it, all this history or whatever. Okay. And whether they believe, don't believe. So some of them may think that, I think you believe, you think I believe. Okay, then I better sell. I hope you know what I'm trying to get at. So sometimes it's just that nothing happened, but I think that you will sell, so I better sell first. That kind of impact. I personally, I actually want to put some weights on this statement. Especially now I have some statistics. Especially, market is not exactly rational. Okay, there are actually enough traders out there to sort of sway the market. So I don't think we should take this statement lightly and brush off. I personally do think that there will be some impact, okay, because of this. Okay. Moreover, it seems like from the market perspective, there's some news to support a sell-off. Okay. Again, I think this is nothing new. Okay, now we have Iran. I'm sorry, I didn't really follow history. Iran go and strike Israel. Now Israel have actually struck back. Okay, so I don't know what's gonna happen next, but it seems like at the very least, the war or the conflict in that zone is not going to die off very soon. So my take that it may actually escalate further, or at the very least, like I said, now it's not actually not come down soon. So there are actually reasons to support a sell-off. This is my opinion. Especially if this news, well, actually when I saw this news, I'm actually very disappointed. Okay, from a personal perspective, it's like, hey, basically it's like adding fuel to the conflict in that area. So especially in places like Taiwan, whereby nothing is happening. And yet, our US is, I don't know what they're trying to do. Okay, so anyway, I'll leave my personal opinion on that part out. But as it is, I think just based on the fact, it seems like, there are more fuel to conflict now. Okay, with this statement. So again, if the conflict escalates, it's actually bad for the stock market. Okay. So yep. So with this 2 point, sell May and go away, and there are enough reason to support the sell off. So personally, this is my point of view. It doesn't look like the best time to invest. Okay, so again, I just want to share with you my thought process. I go by the risk perspective. Okay, there are certain point in time I believe that is a better time to invest, whereby I think that the bull run is imminent, or less risky for the market to correct. Okay, at the same time, there are certain point in time, like for example, today, I don't think it's the best time to invest. I believe that, there are more reasons for market to go down. Okay, it doesn't mean that I don't invest. Okay, it's never about 1 or 0. It's always a range. So I'll actually ask you for the range so that everyone would have so I understand. I think we have a sort of good sample size. Okay, basically all of us is actually a very good sample size for the, it's a very good representative for the market. Then of course, eventually the market will move to the majority. So later I'll just ask the next question. But before that, I want to answer Surrender. Sell and May usually refers to, okay. So again, like Surrender, so all this is no fix. No fix. To a certain extent, it may not be rational. I don't think there is any data out there to talk about or know what's the precise part in May whether people will sell off. Okay, or put it simply, okay, even when it go down or not, nobody knows. Okay, when it go down or not, nobody knows. It's just that I think it's a syndrome personally at this point in time that I will put some weight on. Okay, now I think with this backdrop, what is more important to us is just, like I said, it's never 1 or 0. So I would be good if you can share opinion. Now, if let's say you have $10,000 to invest today, how much will you put in the stock market today? Today, so assuming let's say every month you have $10,000 to invest, every month you have $10,000 invest, for example. So how much will you put in the stock market today? So maybe you're actually share opinion, and let's see, we can see whether, hey, is this how, give each other sort of like a reference point, how much we should be investing today. Okay, so can I just trouble you all to post on the chat? If let's say you have 10,000 today with this backdrop, with your own opinion, how much of this 10,000 will you put in the stock market today? Okay, we have some people who actually still put 10. Sure. Okay. So nobody's more right or more wrong. I think this is just a good reference for everyone to consider. Personally, I will go in terms from 0 to 30,000. Sorry, 0 to 3,000 if you ask me. Okay. Max our goal is actually 3,000. So 0 to 3,000. So that is my take. Especially from a long-term perspective. There's this Chinese saying, if you have enough forest, there is always a wood for you to burn. 留得青山在，不怕没柴烧。Okay, if you are in the forest, if the forest is there, there also is wood for you to burn. So to me, long term, especially for me, long term is 5, 10, 15 years. So even if I miss out opportunity today, okay, it doesn't matter. There is always a new opportunity out there. So personally, I'll be very careful from 0 to 3,000. So that is me. That's me. Okay, so again, don't just based on what I said, actually look at some of our friends' response. Okay, from there, you make your own investment decision about how much you should invest today. Okay, I think this is the last slide for this part. Anyone has any questions, comments before we move on? Okay, once again, please, I am not saying that this is exactly what's going to happen. I'm just sharing my opinion. Okay, for all you know, tomorrow market fly like crazy. But this is how I process my investment thoughts.